Hi all. Right, back. Red Storm, Dark Blue Defection. This is scenario 3. It's called Morning Glory. Just about to get this started, that previous part was just some talk about the intro and whatever. John Brown, quick comment from part 16. Mentioned about you can spend more fuel. I didn't look into this. I've still not looked into this yet, but it does it can affect your recovery roll. Apparently, I haven't still looked into it. I mean, maybe I should just now, but I just want to get moving. So I'll look into that as things get a bit closer to that happening. And I was under the impression that you could use more than you had, but I think there was risks of crashes in that. So you probably don't want to be going down that road. Okay, right, let's get this started then. Although I haven't done what I said I should do and look up a couple of rules regarding things and how some of these new things may work. We've got some new aircraft, we've got some ground units. Hopefully I'll read into them when I need to and we won't blunder our way through it. Sequence of play. And just a reminder, we're going to use the turn, random altitude thing from the bot rules. Again, it stated you don't roll in the weather table in this scenario, so we don't mess about with that. So random event phase is ignored on first turn. Jamming phase. Right, there you go. Do we have anything? I don't think we do still. No, there doesn't appear to be anything regarding jamming. Yeah, I think did John not mention that? I think maybe the next scenario might involve something with jamming. Yeah, there's an F111. Sorry, I'm looking ahead here. I shouldn't be doing that. I don't think there's any in this scenario anyway. So detection phase. Roll to detect undetected flights. And my guess is looking at the black boxes here. This has got an 8. That's got a 24 actually. So that's a 1. I'm just jumping ahead here again, and the best one we've got is the Phantom. These are the radar detection. He's got a 14. So the Su-27, obviously a decent aircraft for the Warsaw Pact. Maybe one of the best of theirs, is it? I don't know. I must admit, I don't know. I'm not keyed up on everything. I get the impression it's a pretty good one anyway. Right, so just roll for standard detection first, Grant. I think the Warsaw Pact and NATO stayed the same. Yeah, NATO's a D, Warsaw Pact's a C, so nothing changed there. So we're going to roll on the detection table. Right, well let's just roll on our guys first to see what's what. Now I think we're all starting at deck. So Chevy is in rough at deck. Lion, actually I think he's catching a bit of that rough. He is. Which, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to look that up. I think if there's any part of rough in the hex, it counts. Cylon is in rough. They're all in rough at deck. So, which means they're all getting a -4 because they're NATO flights at deck in rougher mountain. They're all getting a -4. We're rolling on the C column, so let's check from top to bottom. Let's check Chevy first. Roll the 4, that's not going to work. On Lion. Roll the 6, that's pretty hopeless too. Cylon. Right, that's a bit better. 15 minus 4 is 11. Oh, it just misses. He needs a 12. So no, and then wizard. There's a 6. So no detection on any of our flights. So over at the Warsaw Pact. I can't get the camera quite far up there. I've got it on the plexi at the bottom here. There's a bit of space at the bottom, so that might be helpful. And mind you, it's not going to be long before they're going to be coming down a bit. And I know they could backtrack on their. I don't really see them going back there. I think once they get down into the action here, they're probably going to hang around, and it's all going to happen, isn't it? Okay, so they're at high altitude actually, so no modifiers. So we'll just go A, B, C, and D, and we're on the D column this time to detect. So A, oh, it was 18, so he is detected. A flight, so that's good. Good start. And B, oh, 19. Right, we're rolling hot here. So B is detected too. There are the 2 diamonds. And C. Ooh, 12. Not bad as well. I think we just missed that with it. Yeah, it's 13 we need. So, and then D. 17. Wow. Big rolls there. So we get D as well. So we get 3 of their 4 detected. So that's nice. I'm not so sure what we have BVR wise. Our best BVR. Yeah, we've got one of the AIM 7Fs on Chevy, the F4. So yeah, I'm saying that we're a bit away yet. We only just got started. So okay, and yeah, I think even going at radar range there to try and detect, it's going to be too much. Actually, and I've just remembered, we can't do that check yet because they're generic flights, can we? I remember John reminded me of that one in the last scenario. So yeah, because we don't know what's what here, so I think they just sort of say, right, you can't do a radar detection attempt. So we've done the standard visual radar search, EWR. There's none of that. So into the movement phase. Roll to determine initiative. Okay, so 1 die, 1 to 6 is NATO. I've rolled a 5, so it is us. Yeah, I think we might as well take the initiative because what we want to. Well, I'm thinking what our main purpose is to start with is get Lion up here to try and detect. I'm saying detect. What was it? How was it worded? Identify. Yeah, so they're unidentified at the moment. But I've got to get within 2 hexes and be at deck or low altitude and have a line of sight. So, okay, so, but yeah, well, we're going to take the initiative, so I'm going to draw a chip here. Let's just get going. I want to be a little more careful though, that was a bit clumsy at the end of that part. So, I suppose it was doing something that I hadn't done for a while, because when I recorded that first scenario, I had a bit of a break in between that and the second scenario, so I'd kind of forgot things. Okay, so a 4 on the large side sounds good, so 2 on the small side. Then we've got 4 flights this time, so we're going to get 2 of them. I'll just keep that off the table, but hopefully remember what I'm doing. So we're going to move 2 of our flights. I'm pretty sure Lion is going to be one of them. And I don't know what else. I mean, Chevy's the cap flight. And Lion's this fast fac. He's the one that needs to identify. Okay, so I'm going to activate, or sorry, I'm going to move Lion flight first. So that's the Tornado. So what is he? Well, he's at low altitude just now. So he's got a speed of 4. No, hang on. What has he got then? On board. Yeah, he's got a clean It's got a clean ordnance, so that's good. Terrain following radar. That means that you can be at deck and mountains, doesn't it? Yeah. And the night part doesn't really come into it. He's not got any he's not carrying any bombs. He's carrying. He's got an AIM-9L, which at BVR range of 1, 1, and 1. Not the best. And he's got guns. Yeah, he's not really about using his weapons, though, is he? He's more about this identification, I think. Okay, so we're gonna move him. And right, fuel. Oh, he's got loads of fuel. In fact, all our flights have got lots of fuel. So let's get him dashing straight away, I think. Yeah, I think so. We need to get him moving quick, I think. So we're going to dash. Let's just make sure we're doing the right one. Lion. And you can see his speed's going to be 5. It might be... Well... Just wonder if he should climb him an altitude band, but he's going to have to drop back down to do the identification. So, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can actually get to staying at low altitude. He can get to within range of these. I'm not sure. I maybe should go for these two first. These two are obviously closer to the trouble. Yeah, but our bombers are coming from here as well, so they're probably going to get to here closer too. And Chevy can head up that way and meet some of this nonsense coming in. These ace pilots as well. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see how we get on. Right, so I'm just gonna leave my low altitude then, I think. It's like I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 4. Yeah, it's got to be within 2. May attempt to identify 2 Warsaw Pattern units in the flight's forward or beam arcs. So as long as it's in my beam, of forward arc or beam arc. So it can it be in my rear beam then? Must be able to. It just says beams. So I must be able to get in my rear beam as well. Obviously not my rear arc though. Okay. I think I could get both of them. And when do I do that then? During each SAM location phase. So that is, yeah, it's just after the fuel phase. So after we've moved and all that, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I got to there, I'm within 2 there, and I'm within 2 there, and if I'm facing that way, he would be in my front beam, so would he be in my front beam. So that would work. I'm heading straight towards this, however, so we'll need to check up on this. I get the feeling, is this not one of the ones that has a range of 2? Oh, I'm muddling that up. Yeah, I think I possibly should look at that now, actually. Right, now these are mobile AA, but they are collectively known, along with the fire can, as radar equipped AA. Now they are switched on, and I think that's, yeah, let's go to the on side. Yeah. So not more information about fire can, mobile AA. Yeah, that's what I said, they're mobile AA, aren't they? Mobile AA status. Mobile AA units remain hidden, not placed on the map until they switch the radar on. Well, obviously that's not happening. When a separate mobile AA switches the radar on, place... Yeah, well, we've got them on the map. Located mobile AA never becomes hidden again. Yeah, okay. Okay, so like I think I said, I'm going to do a lot of the stuff off camera now and just read it. I'll refer to the rule that I'm looking at. There's less space now, and as the scenarios move on, I'm guessing I'm going to get less and less space. So, page 23, 14.53, radar AAA attacks. A radar AAA unit with its radar switched on may attack once per game turn during enemy movement. So, this is not the same as the what is it, the AA concentrations, which are the airfields and any of the other ones that we had in the previous scenario, the flak. So it may attack an enemy flight within 2 hexes following the expenditure of a movement point. This may be the same movement point that led to its radar being turned on, or immediately after the target is scattered or performs SAM avoidance. So anytime we move within 2 of that, it's going to fire, but remember, only once per game turn. Radar AA attacks are limited to altitudes that the AA concentration and their hex can reach. Now, they're not in... They're just randomly placed, aren't they? I mean, okay, that one is in a... I don't know what that... Is that, I don't think that's relevant here, is it? Radar AA attacks are limited to altitudes that the AA concentration in their heads can reach. I think when you're maybe sometimes placing these, you place them in... Is that an upgrade? Ugh. Hang on. Fire can units must be placed in hexes already containing map printed or purchased AAA concentrations. Maybe it's just referring to that then. We're not the fire can unit, but... Okay, so I think if it was placed in that state, then it'd be limited by the altitude to which the AA concentration the hex can reach. Yeah, I think. Resolve all flak barrage attacks on the flight before rolling radar AA. Okay. Roll 2 dice in the AA table using the fire can column. Well, it's not fire can we're doing though. There's a fire can column and there's... Hang on. Is this all about fire can? Because it's calling these radar AAs, and then we've got mobile AAs. Should I be reading this? I think I should. Because I think that's really referring just to the fire can ones. And that's why when it said it was 2 range, I thought that was the fire can. Okay, let's jump down a bit. 14.6, mobile AAs. Many ground units in the game have organic mobile AA capability. Well, it's none of that. Additional separate mobile AA may be allocated in the scenario. The Warsaw Pact mobile AA is the 2K22. And then NATO will have the Jeopard and the Vulcan. So that's deployment. We don't need to do that. It's already deployed. I think I started reading the AAA stats about switching its radar on. Let's go in mobile AA attacks. Once its radar switched on, a mobile AA unit is considered to be active at all times, unless the mobile AA fails an arm morale check, or has been suppressed, damaged, or destroyed. A mobile AA with its radar on may attack once per game turn during enemy movement. It can attack an enemy flight within 1 hex. Okay, yeah. So the fire can's the 2 hex one. So it is only 1 hex. Yeah, okay. Roll 2 dice. using the appropriate column, and that's why I was confused when it talked about Farrakhan. But there's a column there. Obviously, if it was Farrakhan, you'd be using the column. But we're using the 2K22 one here. So in actual fact, medium altitude, we wouldn't be rolling. But you can see the numbers are a bit better, aren't they? So we want to be avoiding that. I don't want to be rolling with a chance of a 12 to hit me. I can stay at low altitude and make it slightly better, but I still don't want to go in. I still don't want to go adjacent to them. Now, the bombers can't try and take the 2K22s out. We get no victory points for taking them out either. And I don't think we have any extra ordnance that allows us to do anything to them. I mean, we just got this, well, it's ATCBU, so yeah, I'm guessing the plan is to just dodge round about these. So, okay, that's that. So I need to be maybe slightly careful as I'm coming in, because if I land there, my next move, well, I suppose I could turn and avoid going in there. Yeah, okay. What time to take it to think it all through. Well, I was looking into the 2K22s. Right, we're going back to our line flight. We're dashing. We're at low altitude, so we're making a movement. We've got a speed of 5. Hey, we need our D12 up there. I know it should be a D14, but well, there's not such a... Well, I don't think there's such a thing. There probably is. So we're on turn 1 anyway, and I can, once I get to 12, we can work it out for there. Yeah. Put that over there. Right, so how much movement? 5, I said, yeah. So, oops. Yeah. 5. So we're going to go, and 5 is obviously, that's a 30-degree turns and the 90 max, right? So if we did end up just jumping back to ending up in this hex and going facing that way, 30, 60, 90, that would be okay actually, because we also don't want to move into that hex unless we're at deck, because remember these fire as well. Okay, right, so 5 movement points. So I think 1 free turn at 30 degrees. I'm just going to put that in there just to remind me where I was. So that's 1. And then probably just going straight ahead from there. Yeah, because I think I could let's just do 2, 3, 4, 5. That would spend our movement, and then if I do the same next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm within 2 hexes of that, and I'm within 2. Oh, right. What do these do? Because if I end up in the spine of that, I might be considered in that hex, and I'm not sure if they get a 1 range or not. I've got the feeling it's just in the hex, but that's me just assuming. Yeah, so page 24, 14.71, organic small arms barrages. All Warsaw Pact and NATO ground units, other than SAM/EWR units, project a small arms flat barrage. No extra counters are placed to indicate this flag. The barrage zone only occupies the counter's hex, not the adjacent hexes. Organic small arms barrages are always activated. They are not considered AA concentrations and are never suppressed. However, if their parent unit is destroyed, they are no longer in effect. Okay, so we only need to worry about actually ending up in their hex, so that's good as well. So yeah, I think ending here is fine. We're all set up to dash again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then... Well, if I'm on the spine there... yeah, let me look back on... Where does it tell you that again? Let's kind of at the beginning, I think, isn't it? Yeah, just having a quick glance at that again. It's when you're on the spine of a hex, or a hex side. Sorry, when attacking a fight. No, that's not that. Attacks against. Hang on. For the purposes of attacks and stacking, a flight occupying a hex side occupies both hexes sharing that hex side. Attacks against the flight can be made into either hex. That's the attacking player. When attacking a flight on a hex side, the attacking player designate which hex the attack takes place on. Okay. Air attacks by a flight on a hex side can be made from either hex. So I know what I'm talking about attacks here, but there's nothing I can see here that discusses when it's on a hex side about the other things that it's might maybe want to be doing. And right now we're talking about identifying these and needing to be within 2 hexes. So I'm going to assume by that if I am on that hex side there, this one here, that I'm clearly within 2 of that. But I'm going to say that I can say I'm either in that hex and then I'm 1 away, or I can say I'm in that hex to be 2 away. But then again, is that... Well, if I say I'm in that hex, I'm within 2 of that and I'm within 2 of that. So surely that's fine. In fact, Grant, can you not just turn into that hex? I don't want to finish on a turn. Well, don't finish on a turn. 1, 2, 3... 4 free turn, 5 into there. Then I think he's still on my beam, and then I can turn more as well. So I'll maybe just do that. But I mean, I'm thinking if I'm on the hex side there, that I'm just saying to myself, I just say that I'm in this hex, I'm within 2 of that, I'm within 2 of that. Okay, so we are dashing. We are at low altitude. And we are done. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go with that. Right. So, we've got one more. Our initiative check was 2, so we've got one more flight to move. I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about Chevy because he's our fighter. He's our cat mission, isn't he? And he's the one that's got the best. He's got a 9 range from the front BVR weapon, which is good. Bearing in mind they both got BVR weapons as well. The issue 27 is the best, being range 7. The MiG 23's got a range 4 from the front. So I think we should probably maybe move one of our bombers though, because they're pretty slow. Yeah, they will be, I guess. Yeah, and there's no real need to put them at any. There's no altitude difference in the speed, is there? So they're not clean, they're laden, so their speed's 2 throughout, no matter what you do. In fact, there's no point dashing them, is there? Okay. Defensive wheel, no zoom. I think I might have a glance at that. We've spoke about defensive wheel before, but I thought it was something that you can move into, I think. Just wonder why that's an ability on the actual aircraft. Okay, so I'm just looking at the chart. Sometimes these notes you get a bit more information. So the no zoom is zoom climb not allowed. And it is the defensive wheel is may enter defensive wheel formation. 7.1. So obviously you need to have that ability to be able to do it. And the other wee note there was laser spot tracker, LGB only allowed versus target within 2 hexes of NATO armour or mech unit. And it's this wee bit of information here. LGB laser guided bomb, that must be only allowed versus targets within 2 hexes of NATO armour or mech unit. We've got, I mean, our ordnance is ATCBU. Now, you might know what that means, but LGB is laser guided bombs. What is it? ATCBU. CBU is cluster bombs. What is the AT? So special munitions, this is page 33, 17.61, cluster bomb units. Cluster bomb units, CBU, come in 2 types, anti-personnel, AP, and anti-tank, AT, which is what we've got. See the CBU capability table on player aid card 3 for aircraft types eligible to carry CBUs of either type. Flights eligible to carry CBU may substitute CBU of the appropriate type for bombs. All CBUs are treated as normal bombs, however the bomb strength of AP CBU is doubled versus AA. Well, we've not got the AP version. AT CBU bomb strength is doubled versus AAA all types. SAM, EWR, armour, mech, well that's what we are doing, isn't it? So AT CBU bomb strength is doubled. Only level bombing profile attacks at low or deck altitude are allowed for AT CBU. Okay, that's fine. Well, I think we'll just be moving around at deck with them anyway, I think. Need to watch the mountains, of course. What was it referred me to there? I wanted to go and glance at. I play red card 3, yeah. That's just telling you what task you can be using. Anti-tank, AT, CBU, any bombing, SEAD, rescue support flight. Yeah, well, we are bombing. We're bombing tasked. So, but yeah, I can see I'm going to be using the different table because we're going to be using a I think we're going to be using a level bombing attack, aren't we? Did they not say it needed to be a level? Only level bombing profile attacks at lower deck altitude are allowed for ATCBU. So we're going to use the level bombing. So there's some extra modifiers there that I might want to keep in mind or look at as we get closer. Right, anyway. Yeah, as you can see, it's going to take these guys a while to get there, isn't it? Well, a speed of 2, so I don't know if it's more worthy getting Chevy away out there, trying to intercept them, before they get closer to us. I mean, he's the main guy. You know, although the A10s do have, well, hang on, they've got AIM-9Ls, but my guess is that they're bombing missions, so I bet they can't bombing air to air. They can only defend. Yeah, okay. And what about the fast FAC then? That's only air to air defend as well. So it's only Chevy that can go after them. The other guys can only defend themselves. I think, yeah, I think I'm going to get Chevy up there. Well, their flight path is here, then down to here though, and then up. So, yeah, we probably want Chevy coming along here. Maybe we might get to meet them in this area. Maybe. Right, let's move him then. But again. Plenty of fuel. It's not got quite as well. He's got 10. He's got 10. That's fine. So yeah, let's dash him as well then. So I'm going to move him too. So I'm going to dash him, but I'm going to get his altitude up a bit. In fact, probably zoom climb him. Okay, I was just having a glance at his notes. He's multi-role. Not that really applies here. But yeah, he can act as a bomber. You know, he can carry quite a lot of different ordnance, I would guess. But I wonder what this note was, and I'm just looking. It says AN/ASX-1 TISEO, TISEO sensor. Automatic visual ID at end of detection phase of one detected enemy flight in forward arc, line of sight, and same altitude at 1 to 8 hex range. So that's something I've not really seen before. Maybe it's talked about in the visual ID part of the rules. Maybe that's not really relevant at the moment. No, I don't see any mention of it in under visual detection, that one. So, well, maybe something to keep in mind when we're a bit closer. What else did I want to look at regarding him? No, I think I'm okay. Okay, so dash throttle. Yeah, we were wondering about probably zooming climbing him. I think we'll do that. So dash throttle gives us a speed of 5 because we're clean. And yeah, getting up to high altitude, I think. Why not do that, eh? So we've got a speed of 5. It's going to burn our movement here. So we use one movement point to go up to medium altitude, and then we need to spend another 2 movement points to go up to high altitude. That's us got 2 left, and we're marked with a zoom climb marker also, and yeah, speed of 5, so 330-degree turn, isn't it? So then 1 I think I'll just keep moving. 1, 2 into there. And that's him. So he's dashing, he's at high altitude, and he's zoom climbed. And he's done. Right, you comfortable with that, Grant? Pause for a second to just think over what you've done. I've not done an awful lot, but zoom climb, I think so. I think that was right. It's 2 more movement points to climb 1 altitude band. I could have made a free turn on the climbs, yeah. Subsequent climbs in the same movement phase cost 2 movement points. Right. Yeah, it doesn't mention it there. But that's what a zoom climb marker does, isn't it? Zoom climb. And I think it can be negative to you if you're in... it affects your manoeuvre ratings, doesn't it, in combat. But... okay. Right, well that's our 2 flights moved. Yeah. Okay, so chuck that back in the cup, and then over to the Warsaw Pact. Right, Warsaw Pact, so let's draw a chit for them. They've got 4 flights. Let's say we know 2 of them are going to be dummies. That's a 2 large. There's only a 1 small then. So they're going to get 1 of theirs. Let's play card 5. So we randomly select which one. See what suit we get. 10, that's roll again. 3, so it's a heart. Okay, so we've got diamond, spade, so my guess is that's a heart, isn't it? C flight, yeah. So he's the one that's going to move first. What will we take in as the default? Where are we? Queen. Yeah, it's a MiG-23. clean combat throttle. So yeah, we've found which flight we're going to move. There's no markers on them, so yeah, they're just going to follow the flight path. So that's between there and there. Actually, just wonder about him. He's actually not. Just if I'm using that altitude thing, one of the flights is within 1, the other 3 are not within 1 hex of the first waypoint. I don't know if I should be counting that one or not. Feels a little odd. What does it say? During a scenario, if a bot flight is following a flight plan and has not deviated for any reason, once the flight is within 1 hex of the next waypoint and its flight plan, roll 1d10 that, and the table to determine its altitude. To determine if the bot flight attempts to change altitude. It's just you can see his first movement point is going to be, I suppose. I think the last time they started all round about the first waypoint, but I mean this is waypoint number 1, so okay. So setting clean combat throttle at high altitude is it's a speed of 5. Okay, so they get 5 speed. So I'm just going to move them in there for 1, but then when we're now within 1 of that waypoint, so I'm going to do that. I suppose I'm not sure if I should be ignoring waypoint 1 or not with that, but we'll just do it. So roll to see what happens. Roll a 9. Spend a movement point to climb 1 altitude band. Well, he can't. He's that high. They can't go very high, can they? No. Okay, so that was him moved 1. So I'm just going to spend the other 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be that. Oops. That is right. He's heading towards... That is the second waypoint, isn't it? Yeah. And then he comes straight down. Yeah. Okay. All nice and straightforward. Let's bring that down with him. High altitude, did not dash. So, there we go. Okay, but they only got 1 chit activation. So it is back to us again. Okay, so we've still got both our bombers to go. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's a 5 on the large side. Sure, that's a 2. Yeah, too small. So that's going to allow us to activate both our bombers. Yeah, but yeah, not enough of what. They're just the speed of 2. They're way down. It doesn't matter if we dash them or not. It's not going to do any difference. So yeah, well, we need to find out what's happening here first. So okay, I'll stay at deck and we'll just move 1. One free turn. Hang on, 1 free turn. No, that doesn't make any sense, Grant. I can just do 1, 2. I think my thinking is this guy is going to try and go for that, and then he's going to go for that, I suppose. Yeah, so nothing really funky happening there then, was there? So that's him moved. And then yeah, just go do some more with him. 1, 2, staying at deck altitude. That's all our flights moved. Okay. Yeah, so we've moved all our flights, so it's just left for the Warsaw Pack to move theirs. So we've got Diamond over. I mean, it doesn't really matter here, does it? But I'll roll between the Diamond and the Diamond's odd. Right, Spade then. So 5 movement points, high altitude. 1, 2. I can move through, or can I? I know I can't end in the same hex, but can I move through at the same altitude? I'm not sure. Stacking, I suppose. I'm not 100% sure. Stacking occurs when a flight occupies the same hex and altitude band as another flight. Flights occupying hex sides are stacked. Stacking is permitted during movement to allow flights to move through each other. Yeah, that's right there, Grant. Stacking is permitted during movement to allow flights to move through each other, but a flight's last movement point cannot be used to stack it with another friendly flight. Okay. So yeah, we're fine. So the spade D is going to move 1, 2. Now he's going to pause there with 3 movement points left and check for the altitude thing. So roll a dice. Roll the 4. Spend movement point to dive to deck. Okay, then there's no issues with that. Right, okay, so he's going to spend a movement point. He's down at 2 to dive to deck. He's then going to move on 1, 2. He's not going to be at high altitude anymore. He's going to be at deck altitude, right? There we go. That's him. Done his thing. And then we've got A and B flight. They're both diamonds, so the A goes first. See, he's the one that's like adjacent already, so I'm not sure I should be adjusting his altitude or not. Well, he is within 1. I don't know if I'm making a bit of a mess of that. No, I dare say it doesn't really make an awful lot of difference. You know what, I've rolled the other 2 on it, and I'm going to roll the B flight. So I think maybe I should just roll to see if it alters its altitude. So it's got a speed of 5 as well. And maybe I shouldn't be doing this one. Let's go with it. Well, I've rolled a 10. Spend movement point to climb, right? Well, he can't climb anyway, so that's fair enough. Let me know your thoughts. I know it's not really that important there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying at high altitude. And just like that. And then finally B flight is going to come 1. And then it's going to pause there with 4 movement points left and roll the dice. He's rolled 10 as well. It was 3 tens I think I've rolled on that. Okay, so no change again. He's staying at high. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stays at high. And that's the final flight. I'll not bother marking that guy because that's everybody moved. So that's a movement phase finished. Yeah, I don't think I need to. I was going to start looking through, but you know what happens at the end. I just ringing bells there as like if we were at deck altitude on the other side of the front, we take the small arms thing. But ooh, yeah, that's a point. That's a point. We're going to our bombers. Well, can they be at low altitude to do that bombing? I think they can. It was lower deck, isn't it? Although, are they going to be moving across the other side of the front? There's the front marker there, and there's the front marker there. So, just they don't want to be. Yeah, I might be wanting to consider getting them to low altitude maybe. if they can carry out that bombing like that. Okay, sequence of play. We're now going to be checking fuel, I think. Just glancing at the movement there though. Let's move in out of order. There was no engagement. Yeah, okay. So flights that used dash throttle or engaged in the air, note the fuel usage on their flight logs. So we have Chevy, who's going to mark off a fuel point. Chevy, and the other one was Lion. He's marked a fuel point off. Well, he's got 11 fuel in total, and Chevy had 10 in total, so they're kind of fine. Okay. SAM location phase. Well, there's none of that required now, but at the end of this phase, or within this phase, is where we would be able to do our attempted IDs on the units, but we need to be within 2 hexes, so 2 hexes line of sight and in the front or beam arcs, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. Right, track phase. All detected NATO flights at deck and rough terrain. And I think all our flights are undetected anyway, aren't they? Yeah, nothing got detected. So we don't need to check ours. All flights at deck and in adjacent to mountain terrain become undetected. Did any of theirs? We've got a guy that dropped to deck, but I don't think he's in or adjacent to a mountain, is he? No, and he is actually detected, but he's not. So, but we are going to roll on to see if any of them are undetected on the D column then for the NATO player. So 2 dice rolled down. It's D, isn't it? Right, D, just to see if any of them become, because we detected 3 of those, don't we? Don't want the diamond to turn up. 13 on the D. Oh, that's cool. I want to say it's 14, is it? 13's a heart. Ah, it's the guy that's not detected. Yeah, 14's the diamond. That's the one we didn't want. Mind you, they're too far away, aren't they? They're too far away for this to matter just now. Right, so nothing happening there. SAM acquisition phase, none of that. Admin phase, nothing happening there. Radar AAA fired markers. Okay. We probably need to use them then, because they can only fire once a turn. That's why you're putting a marker on it and then you remove it at the end of the turn there. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it. I'm just like something niggling me saying. I guess just with blundering at the end of that last scenario there was annoying. Admittedly, I did say that it was something air-to-air combat. I hadn't done from way back in scenario 1, and it was quite a while ago, but maybe that's a good reason why I should have looked at it a bit more closely, so I'm a bit annoyed with myself with that. Okay, that's turn 1 finished, I think. Well, that was pretty quick. I suppose, yeah, the first kind of few turns is just like getting things close to where they need to be, yeah? But they're moving in quite quick, as you can see, and obviously our bombers are going to take a bit of time. And Lion needs to be doing his job. Well, I think he needs to roll as greater than or equal to a 4, so pretty good odds of getting them identified. Once he's identified them all, he's not multi-roll, is he? No. Then I don't know what he does after that. Maybe he can sort of tease the Warsaw Packs to chase him rather than the bombers. maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Right, well, we have almost got to an hour there as well. I think that was me just struggling away a wee bit at first. Well, not so much struggling, just looking at what some of the new things were and whatever. So yeah, nothing much happened, but that gets turn 1 out of the way. Zoom climb marker. There's a zoom climb marker there, Grant. Does that not come off? Yes, it does. So you missed that. So that should come away. And, right, I forgot to move that dash marker as well. There you go. Be careful, Grant. Come on. Right, okay, good. So 55 minutes. I might as well just cut that as another part then. I've got a bit more time. I could probably start into turn 2. Yeah, probably. We'll see. Okay, I'll be back soon. Cheers.